like 8 terabytes of hard drives externally that I keep and just keep physically saved. So all my project files, all my raw footage is on those hard drives. The tapes I don't see the point really because that's just faster.
Yeah, and another really important aspect is the sound quality. Now I'm one of the worst offenders for this. I used to have good sound quality when I was using my tape. I was actually in a different location, but I switched. And I've got tile everywhere now, so I'm standing sort of almost in my front doorway, and the sound reverberates off everything. And he made some really good points. You know, if that's going to happen, you want a directional shotgun mic. I'm using it now. That is actually the Rode shotgun mic. I swear by it. Buy that one, because that one's really good. If you're just sitting in front of the camera and you're just talking and you're giving your show, that's the kind that you want. But mine's still kind of crappy because of the echo, and if your camera's far away, you're still going to get that echo. So what you have to do is you have to go and buy a boom mic where it's like a stand and it comes up over you, and then you just drop down that, put an extender and wrap it so it plugs in your camera.
Now boom mics are much harder to do on anything. Boom mics tend to the microphone input on that thing is like a stereo jack. It's that like this jack on your headphones. If you're trying to boom it, you have a special kind of microphone that has an XLR input. Basically like this. There's an input on the back of this. It's fairly hefty. Most prosumer level cameras don't have that. So if you actually want to boom your shots, you have to have a camera that takes the XLR inputs, and anytime you do that, you're basically tacking $1,500 on the price of your camera. The reason being is these cameras need what's called phantom power.
You mean microphone?
Yes.
You're taking advice from this man, people.
It requires a separate power source to do, and so most cameras don't do that. So the easier method most often is get a camera with a microphone jack that's small. That one does that.
And you can really only get that on the prosumer level when you have an accessory shoe. Like I said, that website will help that.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, let's start.
Well, now, personally, for me, and they're absolutely right, good sound is very, very important. Something I found, just from a comedic standpoint, for what I do, like he was talking, when you talk normal, the echo can get distracting, but something I found with, say, like Nostalgia Critic video, or what I actually found in old Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry cartoons, is that when you scream, when you get really angry, the echo makes it a lot funnier. And if you ever notice, if you watch the old Looney Tunes, the old Tom and Jerry's, and then you watch cartoons today and you listen to the sound, it's like the sound actually is never quite as funny. It's because the sound equipment wasn't as good back then, but so they had that echo. But the echo, when they yell, sounds so much louder and therefore so much funnier. So even that you can use to your advantage, but still, you're right. If you want to be taken seriously and if you want to sound good, sound good. You have a question then.
I think in some of your older reviews, the sound quality was rather low, and when you hadn't figured out that your whining instead of yelling when you reacted to something was better, when you yelled, it echoed. You can have that echo.
Yeah. No, and it I mean, it's like I said. Another point, just watch yourself. Or watch your stuff. Edit it, look at, see what you can fix, and do a bunch of various takes, and just see what sounds good. Because you're not going to know the first time what sounds good. So I mean, just test it out. Try variations, do test.
And the last technical thing before we get into like successful strategies and comedy and that kind of stuff and how much money you can do, but is the editing software. That's really important. And I'll let you speak on that a little bit. I'll just tell you guys what I use, and then Doug will tell you what he uses, and etc. I used Sony Vegas Pro 9, and then I recently upgraded to Sony Vegas Pro 10. I swear by the program because it's cheaper than, say, like Adobe